Today we're going to be discussing a citation that the Illinois Department of Public Health recently issued to University Rehab Nursing Home in Peoria after a resident there fell from bed and suffered a broken hip. My name is Barry Doyle. I am a lawyer in Skokie practicing nursing home abuse and neglect work throughout the state of Illinois. I'm also the author of Built to Fail, a free report available for download from my website, which spells out how the nursing home business model inevitably produces unnecessary injuries and deaths for nursing home residents. The resident who was involved in this particular incident suffered from cerebral palsy, from cognitive deficits, and paraplegia. There was a care plan that was in place for the resident which called for three things. Assistive 2 with bed mobility, keeping the bed in the lowest position, and bilateral floor mats, in other words, floor mats on both sides of the bed. When a care plan is put into place, it falls to the staff who is charged with providing that care to implement the care plan on a day-to-day, shift-to-shift basis. On the day when this resident experienced her fall, there was a single aide who was providing incontinence care to the resident. In the process of doing that, the aide had raised the bed up and moved one of the floor mats to get better access to the bed. While she was in the process of providing incontinence care to the resident, she recognized that she needed a bedpan. She left the room with the bed still in a raised position, the resident unattended, and one of the floor mats moved out of position. When she returned to the room, she found that the resident had fallen from bed. X-rays were done which showed that the resident suffered a broken hip, and this broken hip required surgery to repair the fracture. There are at least three violations of the care plan that took place that resulted in the fall. First, the aide was providing incontinence care to the resident by herself instead of with two people, because the care plan called for the assistive 2 with bed mobility, which is one of the functions that's being used when a resident is receiving incontinence care. Secondly, it called for the bed to be in a low position. The bed was in a raised position when the resident fell. It also called for floor mats on both sides of the bed, and the floor mats had been removed so that the aide could get at the resident to provide care, but then the aide left the resident unattended with the floor mats out of position. As a result, we have the resident falling, hitting the floor, and suffering a broken hip. So those violations of the care plan are, at one level, the cause of this resident's injuries. However, there is a deeper level to that, and that relates to the understaffing of the facility. When the aide was questioned by the state surveyor as to what happened, the aide explained to the surveyor that she just didn't have time to ask for help in providing this care. When you have staff that is describing not having time to ask for help, when you have staff that are taking shortcuts in the care that's being provided to the resident, then that's a sign of a nursing home which is understaffed, and that's a nursing home which places residents at increased risk for adverse events such as falls, bed sores, choking events, medication errors, and so forth. I hope you found this interesting. If you have any questions regarding this or any other nursing home abuse and neglect issue, please feel free to reach out to us. Our number is 312-263-1080, or we can be reached on the internet at www.accidentlawillinois.com. Thanks for watching.